Okay, so what is a linked list? The name says it. It's a list that is linked. Simple. But how are they linked? Think of it like a chain of anchors. Each anchor holds some data and has a rope pointing to the next one. In code, you have a node, and each node has a pointer to the next node. That's it. That's the whole thing. So a linked list is just nodes, one after another, each holding a pointer to the next one until you hit null, which means the end of the list. And what is a node? It can hold anything: a number, a string, a character, whatever the problem needs. In code, you're usually given a simple struct like this. That's just a value, and a pointer called next. That's literally it. Now here's the most important thing about linked lists, the one rule that changes everything. You can only move one node at a time. You're given a pointer to the head, the first node, and from any node, the only move you have is go to next. You can't jump to the middle. You can't go backward. You walk the chain, one step at a time. This is what makes linked list problems feel different from arrays. Keep this in mind. We'll use it in every single problem coming up. Before we get into the spicy stuff, let's just do a warm-up. Problem: given a linked list, find the number of elements in it. You have a pointer to the head. You can move forward. So what do? You walk from head to null, one step at a time, and keep a counter. Every time you move to the next node, increment the counter. When you hit null, you're done. Return the count. That's the foundation. Remember this pattern. It's the skeleton of almost every linked list solution. This video was put together by us, here at AlgoMonster. If you want to get interview ready without drowning in random LeetCode problems, AlgoMonster is where you go. It's a structured, pattern-based approach to DSA. Every topic organized, every concept explained intuitively, all in one place. The link is in the description. Check it out. Alright, first real problem. Find the middle node of a linked list. Naive approach. Traverse the whole thing, count the nodes, then go to position count divided by 2. That's 2 passes, and unlike arrays, we can't just look up the length directly. We have to actually traverse to find it. Works, but can we do it in one pass? Yes, and here's the beautiful trick. Use 2 pointers. A slow pointer that moves 1 step at a time, and a fast pointer that moves 2 steps at a time. Now think about it. If one runner is twice as fast as another, by the time the fast runner reaches the end of the track, the slow runner is exactly at the halfway point. Same idea here. When fast hits null, slow is at the middle. This technique, fast pointer and slow pointer, is called the 2-pointer or fast and slow pattern. You're going to use it in 2 more problems right now. Next problem. Remove the nth node from the end of the list. The challenge? You don't know how long the list is. You can't index from the back. So how do you see from the end? Again, 2 pointers. But this time, it's about a gap. Here's the move. Start both pointers at the head. Advance the fast pointer n steps ahead. Now move both pointers forward together, 1 step at a time. When the fast pointer hits null, the slow pointer is exactly at the nth node from the end. Think of it like 2 cars driving on a highway. One car is n kilometers ahead. They both drive at the same speed. When the front car exits the highway, the back car is exactly at the nth position from the exit. Same trick, 2 pointers, this time with a fixed gap, gives you positional information from the end. Last problem, and this one is a classic. Does this linked list have a cycle? In other words, does it loop back on itself? If it does, walking the list will run forever. So how do you detect it? Same 2 pointers, fast and slow again. But now the goal is different. If there's no cycle, the fast pointer will eventually hit null and you're done. No cycle. But if there is a cycle, think about it. Both pointers are stuck inside the loop. The fast pointer is gaining 1 step on the slow pointer every round. Since the loop is finite, eventually, the fast pointer laps the slow pointer. They meet on the same node. It's like 2 runners on a circular track. The faster one always eventually catches the slower one. That's Floyd's cycle detection, or as most people call it, the tortoise and the hare. Notice the pattern across all 3 problems. 2 pointers, different speeds or different gaps. That's the core technique that cracks most linked list interview questions. Everything we talked about today is a singly linked list. You can only go forward. But there's also the doubly linked list, where each node has a pointer to the next node and the previous node, so you can move in both directions. Now, here's a question for you. Drop it in the comments. What do you think changes with a doubly linked list? What new things become easier? What new problems can you solve? Think about it. I'd love to see your answers below. And that's linked lists. From the basics to the two-pointer pattern to cycle detection, all the building blocks you need for interviews. If you want to go deeper, and I mean really deep, check out AlgoMonster. It's not just linked lists. It's every pattern, every topic, structured in exactly this kind of intuitive way. No random grinding. Just a clear path from zero to interview ready, all in one platform. Link is in the description. Highly recommend it. If this video helped, smash that like button. It genuinely helps the channel. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.